takes home a permanent souvenir. These are provided by Week's Trophy of Lynn. Each is also guaranteed some prize money, $1,200 worth. $700 of that goes to the winner, $350 to the runner-up, $50 available to the winner of each string. And obviously, if they tie a string, we split that at $25 apiece. Several other opportunities for our bowlers to pick up bonus money. Most of them usually do, and most of you are familiar with them, but I'll remind you as the program goes along. Right now, let's talk to today's bowlers and meet somebody you haven't seen before. Here he is, John Lang. He has a familiar name, and right away, people out there are saying, I wonder if he's related to Barry Lang.
Oh, yeah.
And he is your uncle? Okay. Did you bring Lang's gang for you today?
Yeah, I brought them all.
Very good. Well, we're hoping that, I haven't seen him yet. Is he going to come here and cheer for you today?
Oh, he's out there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's hiding, huh?
Yeah, he's in incognito.
Oh, I see. He's playing it kind of cool,
yeah.
After all. Well, we had a lot of fun during the time that he was on, and you certainly have some target to emulate,
yeah.
Right? Jeff, last week, nice easy win, huh?
Oh, God, that was tough, wasn't it?
I know it was. Mike Morgan right down to the final box. But we neglected to mention last week that it was a birthday present for you, huh?
Yes, it was, yeah. It was my birthday, which...
29 years old.
I didn't want to jinx myself. Yeah, I was turned 22, 23, something like that.
Sure. Let's see. You were on our program for the first time about, what, 17 years ago or something?
Something like that, yeah. Long time.
Well, you don't change. Neither does your bowling, except gets a little bit better,
well,
okay? Good luck to you, and good luck to you in your first appearance. We'll get underway right after this. Getting us underway and making his very first appearance on our program, John Lang of Abington. Oh, what a way to start! That's one to remember. Keep that one in the VCR. Just missed the head pin that time, so he dropped 6. He's left the 4 horsemen right side. 1, 3, 6, 10, no wood. And just missed making the spare. The 10 pin stayed up. A 10. Now Jeff Atkins. Jeff Atkins making his 23rd overall appearance, his 22nd regular appearance on our program, and he was, what a great performance he had in the 1989 live show. 2 full on the head pin. He was the champion in that show. It came, I think he was 5th seed and went all the way to the top. He was either 4th or 5th. He started off in the first round and moved his way right up to the championship. Right now, he's looking at, with 2 balls already fired, he's looking at 2, 4, 7 on the left and a 6 on the right. Excuse me, 3 pin on the right. It's an 8. Our high-low jackpot at the conclusion of today's program will be worth $1,400. Now, Jeff has a piece of wood in between the 6 and 9, but he also has to contend with the 7 pin, which is alone over on the left. There is a piece of wood over there. Let's see how he tries to play this. He has still left the 7. The 6 and 9 are down. It's a 10. Now I'll give you John Lang's statistics since he started off with such a bang. His league average is 119. He's had a high single of 191. He got a 9-pin drop, and the only pin he's looking at right now is the 4 pin. He's had a high triple of 443, so you know he can bowl. Single pin, the 4. He was all over it. has another strike. Off to a terrific start. Strike, 10, spare, strike. Jeff Atkins, twice now, he on the same lane. That's lane 2 here at the fairway. He's come right down the middle, and instead of getting the pocket hit he wanted, he has punched out. Almost made the spare. He left the 3-pin. Jeff has a league average of 127. His high single is 205. And he has a high triple of 514. It's interesting, you know, it's a 5-string roll-off, as you're aware, in order to qualify to come on the program. And I think certainly the bowlers who compete know how tough it is. And I guess most of you who have watched for a long time know that it's tough. You've heard them talk about it, and we've also explained to you how many bowlers there are that they have to beat, and it's only the one who comes in number 1 who makes the program, representing a certain area. Jeff's having a little trouble here, but anyway, I was going to mention, it's a 5-string roll-off, and John Lang won his with a 691. Jeff Atkins won his with a 681. So, and he has a 6 right now. Okay, after 4 boxes of the first string, we take a check on the scoreboard. And with 2 bonus balls still to be thrown by our challenger, John Lang of Abington, Massachusetts, the score is Lang 59, Atkins 34. Our challenger, John Lang, and he has 2 marks in a row, working on a strike right now. This is for $50 in bonus money. He bounced that off the foot-foul line, and obviously it threw it off to the right. He only got 3 on it. He came back and got everything except the 3-pin. So he missed out on the bonus money, at least for now. It's a 10. I mentioned our high-low jackpot. Our home viewer jackpot is up to $800. Missed the head pin that time, and he has left the 1, 2, 5, 7, and 10. The only pin he got out of there that time was the 2 pins. He still has 1, 5, 7, and 10. It's an 8. Now Jeff Atkins, who has begun with an 8, 2 10s, and a 6. Very untypical. Single pin to pick up now, the 3-pin for a spare. He has it. His first mark. He missed the head pin, which he's a little unhappy about, and understandably so. So he has left the 1, 3, 7, 9, and 10. He's representing both the Midtown in Springfield and the bowling center in Westfield, Massachusetts. Obviously, comes from the Springfield area, in the town with the unique name of Feeding Hills. And we've had several fine Candlepin bowlers who have represented that community. And there it was, but it was for a 10 instead of a spare. Now our challenger, John Lang. He is single and employed as a mechanic. He's representing the East Weymouth Bowlaway. They do go down for him, don't they? He's left with one pin. It's the 6th pin, and he's got 2 pieces of wood in front of it. He got it. In the earlier days when our program began, those would be called lobs, even if you hit the foot foul line and then it goes past the lob line. Skip lobs, but obviously that was unfair to the bowler because he was actually delivering the ball fairly. It's just that in hitting that foot foul line with the kind of a plastic material or whatever it is there, it got a big bounce. So that no longer exists. 8 was his fill. He had 2 pins standing to get another, and he did not get it. He got just one of them. Now he picks up the remaining pin for a 10. Jeff has 4 horsemen left side to work on. No bonus money so far. Jeff picked up $250 last week as he defeated Mike Morgan. He made the 4 horsemen for the spare. Al Giglio, as usual, keeping score on the electronic scoreboard, and Keith Williams keeping score on the big board for the folks who are here. Jeff gets a 7. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, seated right at the lob line, as you can see, right between his feet. Two, 7, and 10 with some wood off to the right of the 2, and nope, that's all he got was the 2. 7 and 10 still there. Oh, pretty, as he picked up 7 and 10. Don Riley, of course, is our statistician and coordinator. Bill Rubin is our producer and director. John Lang on the line. First appearance on our program. He bounced that one off the foot foul line, and it went off to the right and picked up just 1 pin, the 6th. He still has 1, 2, and 4. Our crew today: Ken Sullivan, Bob Armitage, Bobby Hackala, Skip Peabody, and in post-production videotape, George Ellard. The head pin is rocked. How does it stay up? It's still rocking back and forth. Now, if that were Al Giglio up here, he'd be stamping his feet, jumping up and down. He made it. Anything to send some good vibrations. $133 plus this. Give him 6 more. $139. Great way to come on for the first time. Now Jeff Atkins, our defending champion. And Jeff gets himself a 9-pin drop. He has the 7-pin to convert into a spare. Yes. That's a big one, especially when his challenger has rolled a 139. Now at 96 in the ninth, plus whatever he gets on this ball. Again, too full on the head pin, almost a spread eagle. He got 5, but it's going to be very difficult with no wood to help to convert this. He's got the left side of the spread eagle, 2, 4, and 7, and on the right, it's the 3 and 6. Nope, got just 2 of them. Now looking at 3, 6, and over on the left alone, the 7. A little too fine. He was trying to kick the 3 over, so it is an 8 and a 109. And obviously, the winner of $50 for winning the first string is our challenger, John Lang of Abington, 139 to 109. It's the middle string. That's when our defending champion leads it off. Here is Jeff Atkins, representing the Springfield area. Again, he's not getting the pocket hit. He's coming in too full on the head pin and has left standing the 3 pin and the 7. Oh, what a great try. He moved that 3 pin over, but almost too much laterally. It didn't have quite enough angle to reach. It went all the way across to the gutter and sidewall on the left, but it wasn't deep enough in the pit to get the 7 pin, so it's a 10. Again, missed the head pin. 1, 3, 7, 8, and 10. There is some wood in front of the 7 and wood in front of the 10, and wood just to the right side of the 6 pin. Excuse me, the 3 pin. It's the 1, 3. Nope, still 3 pin standing. As we mentioned when we were talking at the beginning of the program, Jeff made his first appearance on our show 17 years ago. He was unsuccessful in a challenge against Dick Ewell. But when he came back again, he was a winner. That was 2 years later. Well, actually, not quite 2 years later. All right, our challenger today, who was leading by 30 pins after 1, right now looking at the 5, 9, and 10, and the 10 is still there. Nine. As I said, the 10 was still there. It was a 9. It flicked off a piece of wood in the gutter. And another mark for our challenger, John Lang. Well, Jeff has got to do a little work. Well, the pin that he wanted to stay up, if there were going to be, of the 2 on the left, the one he wanted to stay up would have been the 4 pin, but it went down, so he's left with 8 and 10 and wood in between. See if that wood is favorable. It's hard to tell from here. Well, it took out the 8, but nothing went near the 10. Jeff had some pretty good streaks. In '83, he was on, let's see, he was on 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then in '84 he was on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Jeff is married, father of 2, and he is a letter carrier for the United States Postal Service. 4 horsemen right side, plus the 7-pin. No wood! No, too full on the head pin. It's an 8. Now John Lang, today's young challenger, comes up and he's working on a spare. He is having trouble with that football line. He keeps bouncing off it. So he got just 4 that time, leaving the 4 horsemen left side and the 5 and 8. Everything down except the kingpin, the 5. It's a 9. Two, 4, 7, and 9 with wood between the 4 and the 7. No, that's 5-pin, excuse me. It's 2, 4, 7 now with wood between the 4 and the 7. A 10. All right, one more check on the scoreboard as we do in the first and second strings after 4 boxes. And 5 more pins have been picked up by John Lang. He's now leading by 35 pins. In this one, 42 to 37 after 4. Jeff Atkins, our defending champion. And we are now at the halfway point. He needs a big one. He almost had it there. Everything down except the 9-pin. Spare. Well, he's unable to get anything going because this is just a 6-pin fill, but he has no wood to help, and he's looking at the 4 and 5 side by side, and then behind that the corners are full, 7 and 10. No wood. Five-pin rocking back and forth, but the piece of wood that's behind it apparently helping to keep it up. Jeff's hope was that it would tumble and send that piece of wood over to get the 10. It's a 9. No, he just can't get it going. Our challenger, John Lang, as you can see up on the corner of your screen, a 139 opening string, just in case you have just joined us. Boy, he is having a problem with that. When he bounces it off the football line, it seems to go off to the right a little bit. It's an 8. You might say, well, if he keeps doing that, why doesn't he change his position a little bit, perhaps come back a little or go forward just a little bit, because it seems as if when he takes his stride forward, The arm is coming down and hitting right on the football line, and he hasn't adjusted to it. He just made a spare. The reason he's not doing that is because he is obviously a spot bowler, and what I mean by that is he carefully places his right heel just beyond the spot of the 5 little spots that are right where a bowler starts his delivery, and he feels comfortable, obviously, in putting it there, because I have watched to see if he would change his position, considering the numbers of times that he has hit that football line, but he still always very carefully places his foot in that position. Okay, Jeff Atkins right now looking at 4, 6, and 7, and doesn't get anything. They're still there. It's an 8. And obviously for Jeff Atkins, whose statistics I have already given you and which are very impressive, this is so far a sort of a nightmare. Very frustrating when you can't seem to get it going. All right, he has 4 horsemen, a diamond left. The 4 pins forming the diamond have 1 piece of wood in between. So it is 2, 4, 5, and 8 with wood in between, which should help. And no! Even with the wood, the 5 pins stayed up. When that happens, you have to figure it is not your day. A 10. Now John Lang comes up and he's working on a spare. That did skip off the football line. Now watch him. See the little there the spot. That's the forward one, and he always places his right foot either directly on it or just to one side of it. Thanks, Phil Rubin. Thank you for that shot. It's a 7. Now he put it just barely in front of that spot. One, 2, and 10. Nice try, but the 10 pin stayed up. Got the 1, 2, and sent wood flying over. It's a 9. Well, John has been giving Jeff an opportunity in this string to close the gap, but unfortunately, Jeff has not been able to do anything. Certainly, it's not for lack of trying. Now he gets 3 pins standing, but they're in a reverse triangle. This is the 4 and 5 with the 8 in back, but he does have a piece of wood that's just to the right of the 5, and he'll be using it. He used it, but all it was good for was getting 5 and 8. Couldn't get the 4. Very frustrating. A 10 for 90, and obviously he needs to get them all just to get 100. Sure would like to get a big hit right now, I'm sure. And so what does he get? 7 and 10 split. However, he does have 5 pieces of wood. Let's see if it works. Yes, it did. With a league average of 127 and having rolled a 109 opening string, you know that he wanted this one badly to get at least Oh, spread eagle gets only 4. 109, 104. Now John Lang, today's challenger. John has a side saddle triangle made up of the 2, 5, 8. 5 and 8 out of there. 2 pins still standing. $91. He's got the 4 horsemen on the right side plus the 9 pin in back, and over on the left the 4 and 7, and no wood to help. Jeff Atkins will win $50 for winning the middle string. And 98 for John Lang. And Jeff Atkins, 104, picks up $50 in bonus money for him. The score, however, at the end of 2 is our challenger, John Lang, 237, our defending champion, Jeff Atkins, 213. John Lang making his first appearance today, and next week's challenger will also be making his first appearance. His name is Bob Caleri from Lexington, Massachusetts. And John Lang leads off the 3rd string as he did the 1st with a hammer, a strike. First ball gets him 6 and leaves the 4 horsemen on the right side. 1, 3, 6, and 10. Nice. He took out the 4 horsemen for a spare. Now Jeff Atkins. Jeff still not getting the big crunchers. He has left standing now the 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. No wood. Got a break that time. Got some sidewall action to come back and get the 8. Nope, didn't hit the head pin. Got just 4. 4 and 7 alone on the left. No wood to help. Over on the right, it's the 1, 3, 6, and 9. And he got everything except the 4. That would have been a spectacular spear had he made it. Now our challenger, John Lang, and he has 2 marks in a row. We haven't seen anybody put 3 together today for $50 in bonus money, and then, of course, each consecutive mark after that will be worth $50 apiece. Once again, he banged it off the footfoul line. It flew down there, and he got 6 as a fill. 2, 3, 6, and 10, and wood just to the right of the 2 pin. Yes! He made it for $50 in bonus money. And remember now, each mark will be worth $50 now that he has established the bonus of 3 in the same string and consecutive. Great chance. He has an 8 drop, 2 pins side by side, the 2 and 4 to pick up for another $50 in bonus money. Yes! $150 in bonus money for our young challenger. our defending champion, Jeff Atkins. On the right side, he has two pieces of wood that are between the 3 and 9, but the 7 is alone over on the left. Can he get it? He tried, but just the 2 pins on the right. It's a 10. There's one piece of wood off to the left, but these 3... No! He missed everything! That's what he wanted to do. So it's a spare 4, then 3 consecutive 10s for Jeff here in the 3rd string, and no way to play catch-up when your challenger has 4 consecutive marks. For another. 8 is the fill. He's got the 7 pin and the 9. However, he has 4 pieces of wood. One is directly in front of the 9, and one is off a little bit to the left. Then he has one that's out near number 1 and another one near where 3 would be. And if he hits it correctly, he'll make this. He did not. The piece of wood that had to go over to get the 7 is still there. He has left it again. So the bonus stopped after 4. However, he's at 81 through 5 in the 3rd string. Everything down except the 10 pin, and Ralph Stewart calls time because one of those pieces of wood looks as if it's going to come this side of the deadwood line. Definitely it has, and he will pick it up. I know I've told you before, but a quick reminder. The deadwood line goes across the lane, left to right, exactly 2 feet, 24 inches toward the bowler from the middle of the head pin. Anything behind it stays. Anything touching it or this side of it has to be removed. Okay, he didn't get it. He hit a piece of wood, and it diverted the ball rather than carried through. Now Jeff Atkins. He has 6 boxes to try to get a typical Jeff Atkins string, which would be in the 127 category. And of course, his triple, his normal triple, would run up to a 381. He gets a strike. Almost 2 in a row. The only pin standing is the 3 pin. He got it, but it was a little dangerous because there was a piece of wood to one side of it, and it appeared for a moment he might get the wood, but not the pin that was standing. John Lang with 4 boxes to go, leading by 41 pins. So close to getting a hammer, he left the 10 pin. Spare in the 7th. Seven pin drop. Again, he's looking, for those of you who are unsighted, the 1, 3, and 7. And he got it. He made it. Now Jeff Atkins has 2 marks in a row. Seven is the fill, and he's got the triangle made up of the 2, 4, and 5. Yes, he has it. So 3 marks in a row for Jeff Atkins, and he gets $50 in bonus money. Another spread eagle. 2 full on the head pin, leaving the 2 wings of the spread eagle, the 2, 4, and 7 on the left and the 3, 6, 10 on the right. There's 1 piece of wood, but it's perpendicular and it's in the back. Got the 2, 4, and 10. Still has, obviously, 3, 6, and 7. Made it for a 10. 105 with 2 boxes to go. John Lang has 2 marks in a row. He's coming into the 9th and 10th. Has a pretty good chance of picking up $50 for winning the 3rd string, and perhaps more if he can put together at least 1 mark in the 9th and 10th, having 2 in a row. Now for 3. Looks pretty good. He's got 2 to pick up. The 3-pin and the 5-pin, and there's wood just to the right of it. Yes, $50 more in bonus money for today's young challenger. In the 10th box, he gets 5. This will be a little tough to convert because it's the 4 horsemen left side and the 9-pin and no wood. And that's why, just because when you go in, you split the 1 and the 2, and 1 pin goes on one side and 1 on the other. But he finishes with a fine 151. An excellent opening performance by John Lang. Now Jeff Atkins. Jeff looking at 4 horsemen right side, 1, 3, 6, and 10, with wood between the 6 and 10. Yes. $115 in the 9th, with another ball to roll and another box to fill. This time he did not get a spread eagle. He did get the left pocket hit, got an 8-pin drop, and he's left with the 6 and 10 over on the right and 2 pieces of wood in front of it. Spare, that puts him at 133. And a ball to roll. Here's the fill. Strike! So give him another $50 in bonus money for 3 marks in a row and a 143 finish. However, as I said before, because of the 151, John Lang wins $50 in bonus money for winning the 3rd string, and of course has won the match by a score of 388 to 356. This is getting fat and full, and you know what that means. That means that the home viewer jackpot is piling up, and it is. It's up to $800. And today it's 744 is our total. That means that 10 either side would win the 800. However, when I draw a card, even if it's nowhere near that, that person will be rewarded with a handsome gift from the Parker Pen Company. All right, let's find out. Without further ado, as they say, or whatever it is. 744 is our number. So that means up to 754 would win. This one comes from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. James Maloney, I guess it is. And his guess is 767, so we add another $50. Now, John, would you like $1,400 more? All you have to do is knock down those 3 pins. Well, you did the right thing. You hit the head pin anyway. Oh, it did look good for a minute, didn't it, huh? Okay, John, will you come up also? Jeff, finally, a typical Jeff Atkins third string.
Yeah, exactly.
But boy,
That's what happens when you get old. It takes a while to wake up.
Tell me about it. All right. Let's see. A trophy from Week's Trophy of Lynn, and $350 in bonus money plus $150 in bonus money. Always nice to see you here.
Thank you.
And John, here it is. Son of a gun. You upheld it. Just a good look at you here, all right? How old are you now?
20.
Son of a gun, boy. 20 and come on the show for the first time and bang and win. $700 in plus $250 in bonus money. And I think that the guy who's going to challenge you next week, you may know. I think he bowls in your same league, doesn't he, Bob Cleary?
Yes, he does.
Should be a good one. All right. He'll be making his first appearance. Don Gillis for the whole crew. We'll see you then. Should be a good one. Bye-bye.